Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. I'm with Dennis Fassuliotis, and I am at Decentralized 2019, run by the University of Nicosia in Athens, Greece. And we're going to talk about success and blockchain, and I have something great for you. First of all, Dennis, thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And we're going to talk about Dennis's success, what he's doing in the blockchain, but also how he got here. Dennis, how did you start? What have you done that led you here?
And that's what's given me the opportunity to do what I'm doing today. You know, we started out in the real estate business probably, 30 years ago. And I've always gone between real estate and tech my entire career.
Right.
When the real estate industry was hot, it's great. When it's bad, it's terrible. But at the same time, when it's bad, that means that there's usually some technical advancement that's occurring. And I've been able to kind of go back and forth, and that's what's given me the opportunity to do that today.
Okay. And how did you get to where you are in blockchain? What are you doing in blockchain right now so we can understand?
Blockchain is just a fascinating area. Obviously, the whole idea of a disruptive technology that creates a trustless system attracted me. First, just the Bitcoin itself as a unique model for money. But fast forward 2 years, and the journey has just taken me into areas that I had no idea it would take me.
Yeah.
And today I'm heading up the initiative in South Carolina. We've created a trade association. We've been able to have 12 of Wyoming's statutes introduced into legislation in the state, and we're poised today to be the second mover in the country.
Wow.
With just enough work to do between now and the end of the year. That is essentially a Herculean lift. We're going to make it happen.
And how did you get this done? What was the mindset behind this? Because that's a very difficult task.
Yeah. It was really a very grassroots approach. We started out about a year and a half ago just by meeting people in the area. I went to a conference in February of 2017, came back home, and I had nobody to talk to. So I started trying to find people around the state that had like-minded interests and were potentially developing projects, and fortunately found a one-day seminar that the University of South Carolina was putting on that featured some of the notable folks in the business that were from South Carolina, like Rob Viglione and his wife Rosario Papst with Horizon. So that created the next move into the space, and and essentially meeting other people, and from there we had we actually had a project that came up, and as an application.
Right.
And I won't go into too much detail. It didn't work, but today, we're just doing we're doing even more is what it comes down to. So our failures have also driven more successes.
Well, they say you have to fail to succeed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't work, right? So where do you see this space going, and what part of you do you have in this space getting it to go where it's going?
Yeah, good question. Obviously, one of the things that's slowing the industry growth in in the United States is just the regulatory environment. We have 4 different regulatory agencies at the federal level that have all different levels of interpretation of what cryptocurrencies are. So what's happened is the states have taken it upon themselves to try to regulate this industry, and that's where the successes are occurring today. So if you look at the state of Wyoming, state of 500,000 people, they have industries they're losing industry opportunities there with their mining industry and with the oil industry.
Yeah.
They saw cryptocurrencies and regulating this market as an economic development opportunity. Fast forward a year later, as I started following that with the economic engine that South Carolina represents, we've been the darling of that marketplace. Our state has been very aggressive in courting industry. We've landed aviation, we've landed automobile manufacturing, BMW, Mercedes, Volvo. They're all located in South Carolina. Boeing is located in South Carolina, along with all of its feeder industries. But that manufacturing model for economic development has now been matured to a point where it's just not going to be as viable to attract that level of investment into the state. So what we see is that the emerging tech industry, in its early phases now, is the market to go after. So as an economic development tool, We see the blockchain regulation and creating a friendly environment for cryptocurrencies to develop. I mean, cryptocurrency is kind of the sexy side of blockchain. I mean, let's put it real blunt, okay? We can talk about blockchain all day long, but what gets the focus? I mean, cryptocurrencies get the focus, right? I mean, whether Bitcoin is real or not, but that's all. I mean, but the reality is, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
And it's going to. I mean, how else are the machines going to communicate with each other? How are you going to make micropayments from machine to machine? You're not going to do it with the zeros and ones that are currently associated with dollars or euros or just the current technology. So I believe this industry is moving at light speed. I mean, we see it happening every day with new announcements. The regulators can't keep up with it. So I really think it falls on the states to take the opportunity and in the United States and to be the force of change in the country.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, I know for a fact that nothing happens in Wyoming without the federal government's knowledge.
Of course.
Pure and simple.
Of course.
So that state has become the fintech incubator for the federal government. And my personal belief is that as a state, if South Carolina follows their model and we reach a goal of just being a second mover in the space, then we eclipse everybody else in 48 other states in the country. Pure and simple.
So here's what I want you to do. For you watching us right now, I want you to write down any questions you have for Dennis. Any questions you have, because it's going to be part of a longer podcast. We may have you back on. And I wanted to answer what the people watching us, our viewers, what should they focus on? What should they get into right now?
Well, I mean, this space is so new, right, that if you just take the time, if you're interested and you just take the time to understand a specific area, you can be a success. I mean, you don't have to work for a $1 million cryptocurrency company, okay? All you have to do is just become more knowledgeable than the majority of people around you.
Right.
And do so, with the understanding that they have to trust somebody.
Yes.
Okay? Pure and simple. So it really just becomes a matter of studying, reading, being passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody stop you. Don't take no for an answer.
That's what I'm going to get to.
Yeah.
3 rules of success. Your 3 rules of success.
My 3 rules of success. Golly, my 3 rules of success. That's a tough one.
Don't take no for an answer.
Don't take no for an answer is number 1. No question about it. I mean, be passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
And listen to your wife.
That's number 2, or your girlfriend.
That's right.
Believe me, that's
go with
vital.
If they stay away from somebody, stay away from them.
Just do it.
They have an intuition much greater than any male,
especially if it's a her.
Right, exactly.
Third one more success.
Third more. Hey, look, just wake up in the morning and be excited. If you wake up and you're excited about something, you're on the right track.
Perfect.
It really is. That's in my book. That's the most important thing.
So check
and don't give up.
And don't give up. Very important. So is that 4? Is that part of?
3.5.
Part of number 2 with the
3.5.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to leave links where you can find Dennis's work down below. I'm also going to leave a link to a longer video down below when it comes out. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when that's out, so you don't miss anything. Dennis, any final words?
No. Actually, I will share with you, if you're interested in South Carolina, interested in blockchain, we're in the process of creating the first blockchain week in South Carolina. It'll be the week of March the 8th with a conference March the 13th through the 14th, and we're sponsoring it with 3 of the top universities in the state.
So that is awesome.
Absolutely.
So,
South Carolina Blockchain Week.
South Carolina Blockchain Week. So check that out, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, keep succeeding.